10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi.
I had to go see a man about a meal.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
Good evening, people. Good evening. How are we?
What it do?
What it do, say it with your chest.
Yes, sir. Tonight it is Say It With Your Chest Friday. The first scrimmage Friday night of the season has culminated. And we are here to talk about it. And for y'all to say it with your chest. I am your girl Jess. We have Mike. Say hello to the people.
What's up, peoples?
And we have Yo. Tell everybody hello.
Hola.
Let me say hola.
We have our executive producer doing what he does. So welcome everybody, one and all. Y'all come on in. Let us know that you're out there listening. This is kind of a Say It With Your Chest Friday. Y'all talk to us about what you saw and what you're looking forward to with the scrimmage games.
Can y'all see what it say on what my banner say tonight?
I can't see any banners.
No, I don't see any banners tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, you care to share?
Okay, there they go.
It's y'all can read it now. Yeah, it just popped up.
We talking about practice. Shout out to AI.
Cause that's what we finna talk about. How did y'all practice go? Well, okay, you know what? I ain't gonna ask you about y'all. Fans. No, hold on. I'm gonna get back to it. Fans, please tell us how your practice. If your team practiced this evening against another team, if you feel like sharing, let us know how it went. What you feel like your team needs to work on in the next 2 weeks to get to a point to where you feel good about it. I know personally for my team, we got to work on that. That punt game was horrendous. The punt game was horrendous, and we got to work on that line picking up the blitz.
What's going on, J-Bo? Welcome.
What's good, J-Bo? What do Carver Columbus Tigers do tonight? What was the final in y'all game, Thursday?
At the end of the third quarter, it was 17-7. When the fourth quarter rolled around, they reset the scoreboard to 0-0. I said, I'm gone. I left.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
A lot of people do that. They started over.
So basically, that was telling everybody, well, that's the end of varsity play. Now we can get into the back, junior varsity, B team, whatever they call it these days.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Barry? That's right. J-Bo was he was at a game. Looked like it was Columbus. And was that Spencer? Who was that? I just saw orange and blue, and I think green and gold. He was at a game in Columbus. Carver Columbus doesn't play until next Friday at Lee County.
What's good, Barry? When Pierce County game next week?
Mm-hmm. I know I'm finna run through tonight and tomorrow and look at some and catch up on some stuff. I know that for sure.
Mhm.
Cause man, got to do that. I just want to see. I want to see what Calvary Day was looking like.
Yeah, I looked. I couldn't see any scores. Who do y'all play next week, Barry?
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like pulling that list up.
Yeah, I was like I said, I was looking for the scores, but I didn't see anything. But I'm interested to hear what y'all did. Okay, Jeffrey, welcome, Jeffrey. Jeffrey says Jenkins County 20, Bryan County 18. We have to clean up penalties. Played a lot of kids tonight. Backups played well when they settled down. Bryan County looked big and physical. Good, and that's what scrimmage is about. You don't. It's there to see what you need, and you don't pull out your whole playbook. You play a lot of kids to give them some kind of real time stuff.
Yeah, definitely keep it vanilla. Man, Calvary Day camera is man. They need to clean their camera lens.
Apple kind of struggled against Bacon.
Yeah, I think they ended up winning 38-7, but I think because Taff is my Facebook friend, he said they got some stuff they need to work on. At one point it was 10-7, and I think they kind of pulled away. But yeah,
That's a big Columbus. I don't know how much. Tell me how much it take on that, J-Bo. I know Spencer was kind of strong last year. Had some big wins and some key games.
They won the
You see
region,
Spencer?
right?
Yeah, they won the region, beating Northeast and Ace.
Oh, the JV pulled away. Okay.
Well, I guess that means the future is bright there.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Jeff Murray, who you talking about in particular?
I wanted to talk about Midland.
Well, okay, let's see. They need to adjust their camera. They have a blur right in the middle.
Who is they?
NFHS.
But yeah, that's the network. But what team is he referring to?
He's Jenkins County. I don't know if he's talking about Jenkins and the Bryan County game.
I think he's talking in general, like the network, because
first it was on the network tonight. You didn't see that, did you?
Well, like I say, it's certain teams. Like right now, I'm looking at Calvary Day against Dodge. Calvary Day camera is cloudy. It's not clear like it should be.
He's talking about Bryan County, but it's
okay.
In general.
Trust me, it ain't everybody. Some, like I say, Colquitt was clear. It was just it kept lagging for me.
Yeah, it's something. That's why I stopped. It just got on my nerves.
Yeah, it kept lagging on me. So,
excuse me. If you really was down there at the game, why you didn't say nothing?
Because he's scary. He was
hiding in the shadows and stuff.
J-Bo says Spencer took a step back. They won't be Ace or Northeast. For Spencer, if you put pressure on the quarterback, game over. No disrespect, but Columbus is still Columbus. I mean for years. Like they're good and terrible. Barry asked, did veterans pull it off against Warner Robins?
Yes, veterans won against Warner Robins.
Yeah. When you build housing for 1,200 people.
Are you serious right now?
I'm
sorry, y'all. I know Calvary Day did not just do that.
What's going on, Oscar?
Hey, Oscar, welcome.
What did y'all have tonight, Oscar?
Carver Columbus. They play at Lee next week.
Oh yeah, he is Carver Columbus.
NFHS camera was doing that last year, multiple games. They sure were. That's why, like I said, I canceled you're not getting my $11 a month. And you
my God.
Show it.
Huh?
You gonna share or you gonna keep on with your answers in the background? What's going on?
Hold on. Let me minimize it. Y'all, let me minimize it real fast. Let me share it. Hold on. Let me put this over here. Let me go here. Go here. Let me click
And
there.
who did Calvary Day play?
They played Dodge County.
Dodge?
But yeah, I know. But it's the first place.
Indians.
Hold on. I'm trying to get back to this first place in scrimmage. That's what I'm trying to do. It was just funny because I just looked down and I looked up. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, what the heck going on here? See, they doing it again.
What are they doing?
It acted stupid again. Oh, that's okay. That's what the commercial been about all day. I kept seeing this commercial all day today.
What
Did not know who it was.
about? Are you doing a stream of consciousness thing? Like,
No, I refreshed the screen and it showed the daggone commercial again.
Mine
I'm
was
trying
doing
to.
that too. Mine kept resetting, going back. You remember my action? If you on the network, like
Yeah.
I don't know what the network be doing.
All right, here we go. So let me get. So where we at? Yeah, right. No, that
Uh,
wouldn't do that.
you are
yeah,
absolutely right, Oscar. Them $11 come in handy somewhere else. They sure
no
do.
check Bear comment Thursday.
I
Look
see it.
around
I
now.
saw it. You see how blurry that camera is to the right?
We don't see anything, sir.
You're not sharing your screen Thursday. Hey Jeffrey, you can
Yes, I am.
elaborate on what you said about that Coker County Peach County game?
Colquitt.
Am I in the-
And Barry, I was gonna say that to Mike, but I mean, some stuff you just
Oh,
wasting your breath with. That'll never happen.
hold on. Let me. I thought I was in the thing. I swear I was already in there. Let me go back. Let me go back and go back in.
Pat Watkins, what exactly are you saying, Pat Watkins?
He's
You like
laughing
you like
because
to throw rocks and hide your hand. I mean, say what you
yeah,
got to say.
he's
You
a
came
little
on last
upset.
week.
He's a little upset. He has an inferiority complex. So when people are miserable and they scary, they like to revel in other people's what they deem other people's misfortune instead of worrying about what his team gonna do against Northside. He's reveling in the fact that that's the thing, we don't give a damn what Perry does, but since they don't have anything to hide their hats on and be proud about, they want to be miserable about Peach. We got a whole bunch of undercover fans, but that's okay. You miserable, you just miserable, and I understand that. When you ain't used to nothing and ain't never had nothing, that's what you do.
Watch it.
Appreciate that, Bear. You're a real football fan, Bear. You know football.
Oh no, this ain't the play. I went too far. I went too far. What? Oh, I went too far. What the first play of the game at?
That's what happened when you got little brother complex.
Man, what happened to the first play of the game?
Where do we predict Peach at the end? The number 4 team in AAA was the preseason. Was the preseason poll. Apparently, I think y'all are getting this mixed up with Drew's prediction, which has absolutely nothing to do with us. Brooks County beat Hardaway to death. Wow.
Man, they should have.
Oh
I
wow.
can't tell, Patrick. I can't tell.
It just
I need you to get a hobby.
it
That's
just
what I need
amazed
you to do.
it just amazed me how they all
Find
in the
something to do.
comments. It just amazed me how they all in the comments. Like it just so like it. I
I
don't get
mean,
it.
like he probably in their bathroom with his lotion, just
I bet
excited.
they team won't stand a chance against Copeland. So it is what it is.
Scary Perry, that's his team, Bear. Scary Perry. They got a win against their daddy in 30 years, and now they want to talk.
30 years. Wow.
Where Patrick Watkins from?
Here.
Scary Perry. And you
Oh, okay.
J-Bo, what was that final between Brooks County and Hardaway?
Yo, did you go to the game?
Go Hardaway, man. I know that program is still going down. I think they lost some of their best talent.
Yo.
Yes, Barry, the same team that lost to little old Wayne County. That's them Busters.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
I was asking Yo, did he go to the game? He didn't hear me, I guess.
About the end of the season, where do we have Peach ending? I'm not understanding your question.
Don't even entertain that. Just wait and just see.
I'm wondering. Are you talking about that bracket that you saw? Is that what you're talking about? Because we didn't do an end of the season prediction. All we did was a preseason prediction. So I don't know. I don't know. Are you asking right now? Or is this based off of something that you thought we put out? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. All we have is a preseason poll that has Peach County at number 4. 42-7 Brooks County.
Shit, I would hope so over Hardaway. Talking about practice, man.
Hardaway is AAA though, right? Maybe they figured.
It's still Hardaway. Hardaway, regardless of who they play. They a dope man.
Are we listening to the national anthem?
No, not anymore. Not anymore because I hit the mute button.
Is there something in particular we're supposed to be looking at?
Thursday or Yo, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Out of all of these people with all this in the comment, do you think any one of their team will hold a candlestick against Colquitt? Why they all in the comments with all this laughing and all this going on? You think their team will be able to stand a chance against Colquitt?
No.
Nope.
I ain't think so.
Not at all. Dante, you thought wrong, sir. You thought wrong.
Okay, Dante, where do you see Peach County at the end of the year after 10 games?
Yeah.
Because we never did that. See how narratives get. Oh, you can pull it, but what you're going to pull is not what we did. Go ahead and pull it. It's not ours. Well, then what the hell you care for?
No. He said he thought we
And I told him 12 times we did not. He's talking about that bracket, and what I told him 12 minutes ago was that that's not something that we did. There's a young man that goes to Georgia Tech that's big in analytics. His name is Drew, and he did that for every single classification. That is not us. He has come on our show before, but that's not something that we have done.
That was all him.
That was all him. Now, if that's what you're asking about, for the 50 millionth time, that's not us.
Hey, so who is Dante? Dante is Thomas County Central, correct?
He said
Correct.
Ain't this the same? God damn it, yes, but that wasn't our data, and that's not what we did. God damn, nigga, is you a rockhead?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of her mouth?
How many times do I have to say it? We did not do that. That was Drew making bracket predictions, which is different than a preseason poll. Damn, I thought you were a little smarter than that. Peach County will be okay. Coach Westbrook is a great coach, and they have players. They get big work, and that's important at this point in the season. I saw it in here. You saw somebody share it, damn it. Old ass nigga. You saw it in here. Somebody shared it.
If you call him a fish-eye heathen right now, I'm done with you. You call him a fish-eye heathen, I'm done with you.
I'm not fixing to do that. Hey, Deshaun. But like, damn, how many times we gotta say it? We did not do that. Somebody shared it. I said that. Just because you saw it in here don't mean we did it. Like, that's not rocket science.
All right. So
I don't wear granny panties. That's your bitch that wear them.
Okay. All right. So what we're looking at right now is this is what I want y'all to see. This first play from scrimmage at Calvary Day about to run against Dodge County.
Okay.
This thing is so funny. All I want you to do is focus on this matchup down here between these two right here. Focus on these two at the snap of the ball. That's all I want you. Matter of fact, just focus on this cornerback. Focus on this cornerback. It's gonna be hilarious. Now, cornerback got a what? 5'6", got a nice little 6-yard cushion, right? All right, broken down to 5, breaking it. All right, leaving it 5-yard cushion. Cool. He good. All right, he stepped up. All right, close the cushion. Ball in the air. He gone.
That is terrible.
That kid never opened up. He never turned his hips. Nothing. Played. He had a good stance. All he had to do was reach down and grab some grass like Dion. He looked real pretty out there. So that's what I was laughing at. But yeah, I don't know why they can't move their camera past the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Just horrible, right?
Barry, I'm not worked up, honey. I'm
Let
not.
me find another game.
I don't know how many times people have to repeat themselves.
I'm finna find another game to pull up.
Hey, Obadiah, how are you?
You know what?
Thomas Central. What was the score? It was what, 38-7?
You know what? Since we got down in the
what
house.
You saw and what you like about your team, Obadiah. Oscar Meyer said 31-7. Okay. Oscar Meyer said, damn, that wide receiver was fast, or was it me?
Nah, that cornerback would just need some more coaching up.
Well, it's scrimmage. It's something that can be fixed.
Okay. Yeah, you can teach technique. Technique can be taught. That's for sure. I'm trying to find a particular game right now. Give me a second, y'all, while I go through all these games from today.
Okay. Hey, Daryl, welcome. He said, I would love to talk to you guys about Valdosta and what we've been up to during the summer. Sure.
Well, sure.
You want to talk to us now?
You coming on? You want to come on?
Hey, Mr. Robert. He said Cook JV's running back is better than their varsity running back, in my opinion. Oh, okay. So what Cook is 2A? What do you think they'll do in 2A? You think they'll be okay? Daryl said he sure can come on. Would somebody like to send him the link?
Third to send him the link.
Hold on. Okay. Who I'm sending the link to?
Daryl Britt.
Copy. Close. Oh, I gotta go on Facebook. Huh? There you go, right there. Whoa, hit the wrong button. One too many clicks. There.
Give him a
message.
minute. This is not like a regular podcast, guys. This is a Say It With Your Chest Friday. We just kind of kicking the breeze, shooting the breeze.
All right, it's sent. It's sent to him. So I'm gonna give some. You know, I'm gonna do this. Don't get mad at me for doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And get to a good point. There we go. So let me go back here. Let me do this
Obadiah. Okay.
while we
Obadiah
wait
says
for him to
Cook
come
County
on.
shall. I'm gonna just read this. Obadiah says Cook County should end their regular season 8-3. Okay. I trust you, Mr. Farley.
Why is it every time I share this thing start buffering like this?
I don't know.
I know. There we go. Go and give TCC fans some a little bit of spotlight for a hot second.
Okay. Obadiah, Barry has a question. He says, do you think Cook County is going to beat Fitzgerald?
See, this thing doing the same thing on my phone today. I think they're just getting overwhelmed right now. That's what I'm
Is
thinking.
that what it is?
Yeah, because it was doing the same thing on my phone. Kept buffering and freezing like this. All right, we got to Mr. Britt on.
Can y'all hear me?
Hi,
Yeah,
Mr. Britt.
Okay. Hey, how are y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
Well, talk to us about Valdosta and what y'all been doing.
Okay, so let me digress.
Introduce yourself first.
First of all, my name is Daryl Britt. I am a big time Valdosta Wildcat fan.
All right.
I graduated from Valdosta in 2003. Played for Valdosta from 2000 until I graduated in 2003. I played under head coach Mike O'Brien, as well as the long tenured coaching staff that O'Brien had inherited from the late coach Nick Hyder. After I graduated in 2003, I've just kind of been a longtime supporter and member of the Valdosta High School Touchdown Club, where I just kind of, I've kind of taken a lot of young kids and, mentored them and just kind of give my, gave them my input on what it takes to be a Wildcat. And matter of fact, I have two godsons. One plays ninth grade, and the other one plays sixth grade. And then I also have another cousin that plays seventh grade for Valdosta. So it's running deep.
You're deeply entrenched in Valdosta tradition, so you know a lot. So give us some insight.
So right now, of course, we're gearing up for a major opponent. Our first game of the year, Massillon, out of Ohio. We're gearing up for them. The kids actually go back to school Monday here in Valdosta. And we've just been kind of right now we're gelling together. We're coming, last season we went 8-3, with those three losses coming to Camden, Colquitt, and then of course the first round playoff against Westlake. So, we didn't have the season didn't quite go as well as we, planned. Of course, we always plan to go to be a contender for the state championship. We just kind of came up a little short, and now we're just kind of refocusing, and we're, we're putting that season behind us, and now we're focusing on, this season ahead. So during the summer, I've had a chance to, watch the guys during, workouts and OTAs and during acclimations and paddock camps and such like that. And but Valdosta has really been doing a really great job. We have over 100, I think we had 160 kids plus 160 kids out for summer workouts. Which is phenomenal. Wow. So our numbers are increased.
That's impressive.
It is from what we had last year. And to be honest with you, I really am impressed with our feeder program, and with the middle schools and what they have done. The numbers have been drawn really good. So the numbers there. So we're right on schedule where we need to be at as far as numbers go. Um, the support that the parents has really played a pivotal role, and that's why I said major congrats to Coach Felton and his staff. He's put together a wonderful, wonderful staff this year, and of course, we have, as far as players goes, we have a lot coming back uh, this year. On the offensive side of the ball, you'll still have, of course, our quarterback, Todd Robinson, who had a really great year last year. And let me just say this about Todd. He really did a wonderful job for us last year as a sophomore. And, to play at that role in the region coming into 7A, our first year in 7A, to play in that role and to just kind of take the reins and really found his footing as the season progressed. He just got better and better, and he's even bigger and stronger this year. At running back, we have Shakavius Wright, Shaq Wright, as we call him. You'll see, of course, we have Gatlin back as well. He'll be at the slot receiver this year. We got a lot of guys, at those at those skill positions this year. That's gonna, really do great. On the defensive side of the ball, I know everybody talks about defense winning championships, and in Valdosta case, it's really gonna help us out this year. Of course, we have the big time defensive player, our All-State selection of Eric Brantley, number 9. He's really a workhorse on the defensive front. And of course, we have Amari Tomlin, our middle linebacker. And just to name a few, and we also have some new faces coming into another skill positions. And like I said, this summer has been really impressive just to sit back and watch them and do what they have done this year. So like I said, we're gearing up for Massillon in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, we have a scrimmage against Thomasville next Friday.
Okay. Well, that's great. So where do you see yourself winning the region this year, or?
The region, I'll be honest with you, the region is so wide open this year. And this is something, I'm a high school football guru. So, I've been following high school football now since, oh God, forever. So the region, looking at the region, of course, we're in the region with Colquitt, Camden, and Richmond Hill, as well as Lowndes, of course. Lowndes has got their new head coach in Adam Carter, who came over from Grayson. And that's a new system that he's instilled over there. Then, of course, you have Jeff Herron over at Camden County, who I think he's now in his 3rd year. But this is his second stint at Camden County. So he's been at Camden County before. So this is year 3 for him with his offense and his scheme. And then, of course, you have, then you got Colquitt. So, and everybody knows about Colquitt County. That's an understatement. We ain't even got to talk about Colquitt County. And then, of course, you have Richmond Hill. You have Richmond Hill this year, and Mike, I think it's Mike Zalat, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, over at Richmond Hill, and this is their 2nd year in Region 1 7A. So that it's wide open this year, and it's anybody's ball game.
Okay.
I like our chances. I'm a Valdosta Wildcat, so I'll just tell you, I'm always gonna pull for Valdosta to win the region. But if we're talking just speaking on the level of the region is so wide open this year. And then, of course, you look at, I told somebody this the other day, that it is so imperative in our region that we have to, as far as seeding goes in the playoffs, because now this year we're playing the teams from Region 4 7A, which consists of, your Park Views, and I believe McEachern, I think McEachern's in that region as well. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. But I did look at the playoff chart for this year. So we are playing, Parkview, and Grayson, of course, is in that region. So you look at the region is so imperative. It's going to be so important. A lot of teams are going to be vying for playoff positions once the region gets in.
Mm-hmm.
And the non-region schedule, I think by far, I think there. I have looked at some of the schedules from our other opponents, and it is so impressive that we're playing a lot of teams this year. I think Lance is playing one team from Maryland. I think that they just added them to their schedule. They were supposed to play a team out of Broward County, Florida, but they backed out, and so they had to quickly find a replacement, and so they did, and they just announced that on yesterday that they're playing a team from Maryland.
So if you had to make a prediction as to where Valdosta would finish with their season, what do you realistically
realistically we will be all honesty, I believe Valdosta would be 10-3, which would be a really great start. Of course, like I said, if we're speaking on it realistically, but I'm optimistic. I hope we can go further than 10-3. I hope we can go 15-0. But hey, that's
now we did say realistically. Now
right. But
especially when you just spoke on Colquitt. So
yeah.
So regular, okay, that's back up. Regular season.
Regular season. Y'all gave him so much hell, man. You got to.
You know what? I'll say this. And I was watching. I watched. I looked at. I really looked at. I really looked at. I really was looking at. I watched several games today. The ones that were available. The ones that people that were at the games. I watched a little bit of the TCC Cook County game, probably due in part because we have Cook County on our schedule this year. And we play them at Cook. And I, just got to say, I said the same thing. I said, TCC is really good this year. They are really good. And Colquitt County, again, I think they played Peach County tonight. And I think they won that game. They did. So, and hats off to Marquise Westbrook, and we had a chance to go up against them in OTAs this summer, and I had the chance to meet with them and congratulate them on becoming the head coach at Peach County. But Coach Westbrook is a really great all-around guy, and he's really he'll do well at Peach County, but he's the type of guy, him and Coach Felton. I don't know if y'all know this, just a history fact that those two played together at Chris County.
They surely did.
They're classmates. So, and I told him, to see two classmates coaching at at the time perennial powerhouses when he was at Warner Robins and Felton at Valdosta, that just says that that's just incredible. It's just an amazing to see those two have a bond like that, and to kind of bring their minds together, and they have the same mindset. The standard is the standard. But overall, the teams that looking at Thomas County Central, and I'm not to change the subject, but just looking at Thomas County Central and what they're able to do. I mean, my God, they were really good last year. And I think Justin Rogers is he was a perfect fit for that Central program, and he's doing a lot of amazing things with that program. And I think they're really gonna do great things in Region 1-6A. So it's just that region is also wide open. Because I was talking to somebody the other day about Region 1-6A. I said that's even wide open. Tift County looks like they're going to be impressive this year. I can't, I think they're scrimmaging Lowndes next Friday as well. So that's going to be a real interesting matchup.
region.
for a scrimmage.
We
And
talk
that's right.
about that. We talk about that region quite a lot on this show. And you're right. It's a very, very, very strong, tough region.
It is. It is. When you think about veterans in Thomas County Central, Tifton, Lee County,
And
Houston
Houston
County
County.
is that's another wide open region. And Houston County, they were also a part of our OTAs this summer. And I had a chance to look at their quarterback, and my God, that man is as good as advertised.
He really
Sir.
is.
He really is.
He's an awesome, and he's a good kid.
He's really good, real humble,
Yes.
humble kid. He's just so, and he's so poised, and he does it with, and he's not cocky. That's the word I'm looking for. He's not a cocky kid. He's just so humble.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Obadiah says the Blue Devils will shock a lot of teams this year.
I would have to agree with Obadiah on that. I said the same thing. I think Tiff County and I think Coach Noel Dean is his name. He's really took that program around as far as off the field goes, because he's really gotten that community together. If you recall, just a trip back down memory lane, Tiff County really was divided, with the whole coaching changes and the team morale. And so Noel Dean really kind of got into an environment that he really had to kind of go into the ground up. And that's part of coaching. That's part of one of the things about being a mentor is bridging that gap. Coach Felton was in the same predicament like so. And, he kind of brought that team together his first year when he was the interim, and kept that team together. And then when he got the interim tag removed and he became the head coach, I mean, the numbers just came. You look at what he has now. And I told him the other day, I said, man, the fruits of your labor is really paying off. I mean, to go from 80 to 166 kids, and that's just at the varsity. We're not even counting the freshmen.
Wow.
That's coming up. And that freshman team is going to shock a lot of people too, for Valdosta as well, because of the simple fact of what they have done, and that's kudos to the feeder program. But going back to Obadiah's comment about Tiff County, yes, they're going to shock some people. They did it last year when they upset Lowndes in the scrimmage. So, like I said, people kind of, I don't know, maybe y'all can agree with me on this, but I know a lot of people don't read a lot into the scrimmages because it doesn't really show you much. But I'm telling you, those scrimmages show a lot more than what's on paper.
But you said don't mean that. But that's exactly what I've always said, and you're absolutely right. It shows a lot in the scrimmage. As a coach, you want to break it down and look at what your team needs to improve on, what your strengths are, and things like that. And that's what I think the scrimmage game is for. Now, you spoke of your OTAs with teams coming down.
Yes,
I'm a Peach County guy, so what is your assessment? I know you spoke of Coach Westbrook, but what is your assessment of the talent and the team that Peach County will be putting on the field this year?
Oh man, I can go ahead and tell you right now, we were impressed with when they got off the bus from, because we, like I said, we were there all summer. When they got off the bus and as they were walking onto the field, man, we were like, he's got some play. Y'all got some studs up there in Fort Valley. I don't know what they feeding them down there, but whatever they feeding them, keep feeding them. I'll say that much. Keep feeding them, because we seen one guy. I don't know his name because they didn't have any numbers, but I will say this: that guy? I think he was an old lineman, but boy, he was. I said, man, what grade are you in? And he was like, he's just a sophomore. I said, a sophomore. I said, man, man, you keep up the good work, and man, y'all just keep pounding, because y'all gonna put some numbers on the board, and y'all gonna be. I can see y'all winning the region. Westbrook. I can see Coach Westbrook winning the region his first year.
Shut up, Mike. I mean, we have a relatively easy region, so I mean,
they should with no problem.
Yeah, we have a relatively easy region.
But you know what though? Even with that, I've seen teams that win their region east that they have gone on to, even Camden played years ago, and y'all know this. Camden County came from an easy region when they were playing over in Savannah. And they came from an easy region, and they got in the play. I mean, we said the same thing. You know, I had the same mindset. Oh man, they're gonna get in the playoffs and get blowed out because they ain't played anybody in their region. But they go in the playoffs and they just go through everybody.
And not to interrupt you, if you may be new to our show, but that's my slogan. My thing is, I don't think Peach has a weak region. Is a lot. Speaking of the Camden, also, I think it's just that Peach be a more superb team than the teams in that region. So it looked like it's a weak region to them because there's no one else in that region that, you know, carries the tradition or have the athletes that Peach kind of have. Because
who's in that region with Peach, if you don't mind me asking?
You have Mary Person.
Okay.
Pike County, Upson, Lee, Jackson. It's not very important.
Okay, so it's very okay. So the talent is not a whole.
But this is the thing that I like to compare, and I tell people all the time. If you look at that region, we always have Peach County is going to be quarterfinals or better.
Or better.
And then you're going to have one other team, if not two, in that region that's making it to second round and third quarter. You know, we have hardly ever had at least the three teams, the two through the fourth seed being put out in the first round. You know, it's always second quarter and farther on.
Well, let me ask y'all this: how do you like Coach Westbrook? I mean, what was the?
I love the guy. I love the guy personally. I love him. I've just had the opportunity of knowing him for about 7 months now. But yeah, I love the guy. I love what he brings to the city and the community. There's a lot of tradition in Peach County, and I think we kind of lost our way here a couple of years ago, and I can see him bringing that back. You know, the kids was happy to be able to wear that P on the side of their helmet on a Friday night. And the last couple of years, that kind of, you know, we kind of lost that. But I see Coach Westbrook getting that back. It's starting in the rake department on up to the middle school, and you know, it's building from there.
So and not to interrupt y'all, it's just like I said earlier, him and Coach Felton have that same identical. I mean, it's the same identical mindset. You know, when Felton came here, like I said, we were hurt. You know, with the whole tobacco and the GHSA sanctions and stuff like that. So we were hurting. And Felton came in and he just loved on those guys. He really did. He really loved on those guys. And he's passionate about those guys. And what really got me to really, I mean, you know, and let's just talk, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, he is a man of color. But they're just putting it on out there. He's a man of color. Was there opposition? Yes, they were. Yes, there was. But the fact is that if you take the color out the equation, just look at what he has done, and what he and just look at his track record and what he's able to do. You know, I mean, got a great family-oriented guy, passionate about the guys doing things the right way. You know, I've watched him. He's not that fake love. He really shows that tough love as a coach, he considers himself to be a father figure and a big brother to those guys. You know, and like I said, it's really bringing, and the community has really gotten. They're slowly coming back and really getting behind them. You know, and I tell people all the time, you know, help this. No, let's work with him and not work against him.
Well, you know what I've always said, and it's true. Winning covers a multitude of faults. So, as long as you're winning, I think you'll see that. I think you'll see that sense of community.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Well, Felton is the first African American coach in Valdosta school history. Am I correct?
He is.
Just the same with Coach Westbrook at Peach County.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
You know, that's
impressive. That's a great question, Obadiah. So, Daryl, Obadiah,
classmates and former teammates and all those type of legendary standards is one thing to speak on, and then to both to have that same mentality and coaching style to show love to these kids and bring the community back. Tradition of Valdosta as well as Peach County is both coming back under the leadership of these two African American guys. I mean, that's amazing. You know, kudos and take my hat off to both of those guys.
It is.
Obadiah has a question for you, Mr. Britt.
Yes,
what are
ma'am.
some of the key things that Valdosta really needs to work on to make it to game 15?
Honestly, Obadiah, I really would say probably right now, probably is going to, probably the offense has just got to have consistency. That would be pretty much the overall thing, is the offense to get consistency. You know, like I said, defense wins championships. I've always been a big, known on that. You know, that defense wins championships and offense puts points on the board. Well, the defense can't do it all by themselves. And, the defense did, like I said, but, that's why you have these, people are basing, if you go back and look at Valdosta, what they did against Dutchtown, even though they kind of lost that scrimmage, that's one of the things that I took away from it. The offense was kind of, out of sync. They were able, we left a lot of points, on the field. And it could have, it should have been a little bit, better. But again, we played a really good Dutchtown team back in the spring. So the summer, that's really what they've been working on right now, is trying to get some rhythm. And you can see that it's going to pay off. Hopefully, like I said, if we can just be consistent on the offense of the ball, and what I mean by is being able to, not have too many drop passes, being able to run outside, and like I said, Felton has really done a good job in kind of like, putting the players where they need to be at and keeping them, in sync and have an injury free. I think we'll be able to make it to 15. That's a really good question. I really appreciate that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Britt, we just want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about Valdosta. I really am rooting for you guys. I really hated it when those kids had to forfeit their senior year. And
we did.
That was terrible.
That was a shocker. We really tried to, again, those kids really, we even now to this day, we try not, we've also people try not to think about it. We, like you said, we've moved on from it. We've shaken that off, and we are pressing forward. And I mean, it's just right now, it's a new day for us, and it's a new year. We hated it that it happened to us, but hey, we're playing a great masculine team on August the 18th, I believe, and it will be on ESPN Plus. I just found that out.
In Ohio, that's great.
Yeah, so it will be on ESPN Plus.
Y'all play Thomasville next week for your scrimmage, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We will be in Thomasville. We'll be in the Rose City of Thomasville to play Thomasville Bulldogs. And I've looked at them a little bit. They look pretty good this year. They got some good players too this year. I've kind of been really overall impressed with them last year for what they did. They kind of had a little slow start, but man, they have been really impressive with what they've doing. So we're looking forward to them on next week, and then of course after that we'll prepare for I call it not a short week, but as far as practice goes, they'll practice Monday and Tuesday, and then hopefully they'll leave out probably somewhere midweek, and we'll make the fan bus will leave out Thursday, and we'll make the pilgrimage up to Ohio.
We wish you all safe travels, and again, thank you for coming on and talking with us. Yeah. We are here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and I guess when the season starts, we'll be on Fridays. So
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
come across it, make sure you tune in and
Oh
listen
yeah,
to us.
I'm gonna check in. I think I listened to you guys the other day, and I was like, man, I said, man, I love this podcast because y'all were having some deep discussions.
Yes, sir. That's
And
what we bring.
I don't know, maybe I think I could be wrong, but it got a little hot because boy,
Yeah.
it was good. And I
It's
said, man,
passionate, but we don't take any of this personal. Just know
Wow,
that
that's spicy.
it's
It got
passionate.
spicy. It got spicy.
it got fired early in the week when I heard that. I said, see, I need to listen to this. I said, and like I said, I'm gonna be liking and sharing, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people need to, people need to chime in, and it's football season. This is my time of the year.
Yes, sir.
I talk about it 24/7, even when it
Yes,
ain't.
sir.
And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, is it football season yet? So
That's for everybody. And make sure you keep us updated on what's going on down there in Valdosta. And we'll be following y'all this year. And hope y'all have a good season.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
and
man.
that
Yes, sir.
region,
Thank y'all
period.
so much. I was so glad I looked on Facebook and I was scrolling and I said, oh my Lord, they're live. I said, let me comment on this so they can so we can give them a little Valdosta update, just a little snippet.
Well, we appreciate you and come back and talk to us. Okay?
I will. I sure will. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
have a good night.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I like him. I like him. He
I
cool.
really
He
do.
funny.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Britt. We appreciate you so
Yeah,
much.
you welcome. Come on anytime.
And we appreciate all of you out there in podcast land that listen to us tonight. You have a question from Jeremy. He wants to know when does Cedar Grove come and play Colquitt?
Sometime this year. Hold on. Let me pull up the schedule real fast. It is on September 22nd.
September 22nd, Jeremy. Jabo says LaGrange picked up 2 great players from Carrollton. Wow. They picked the quarterback, which was starting before the Juju era came about. They also picked up the wide receiver. Also, Callaway lost their 3-star defensive lineman to Langston Hughes.
What did Forrest Gump say happened? It happens.
Oh my goodness. Okay, LaGrange, I see you. Oscar Miles gave you a compliment, Mr. Britt. He said you're very knowledgeable. You're very knowledgeable. So, Oscar, can I ask you this? What do you anticipate is going to happen down in Leesburg next Friday?
Can I answer that for you, Oscar? The same way we went down to Moultrie, Georgia, bothering people.
Y'all ain't got no business going down there.
You got no business going down there and Leesburg bothering nobody. Nobody.
Like we had no business going down there bothering them folks. Jabo said they need to leave them folks alone. Okay. But you never know. I
mean, again, it's a scrimmage game, and it was 3 things that I was looking forward to that I can say I'm actually pleased with the Peach County, Colquitt County game tonight. Colquitt County game tonight. I wanted my kids to be healthy. They came back healthy. I wanted them to be able to compete. They competed with a top 4 ranked 7A classification, top 20 ranked nation, Colquitt County Packers tonight. And I wanted my offense to show me they can put points up. That's the only thing I'm disappointed in. My offense sputtered a little bit, but I know we'll get that corrected and be ready to go by season start. But if anybody can look at that Colquitt County, Peach County scrimmage game and take that final score and try to poke fun and laugh and pick and throw shade, then you don't know football. If you didn't look at that game and can't take the positive away from 3A Peach County going down to Moultrie, Georgia, and playing Colquitt the way they did, then you don't know football.
And let me say this to anybody listening that was on the podcast, or to this podcast. One thing about it, people start laughing and they say you're getting sensitive. Here's the thing. And I don't know if Mr. Gordon is listening or not. Let me explain something to you. If you say something, you need to be able to back it up. Bottom line. And you can't just pull stuff out your butt and don't think you're gonna get called on it. See, you, George, you used to argue with those Chris kind of people, and they just kind of let you have it because they don't do a whole bunch of arguing. But Peach kind of a little different. You're gonna have to come with it. So all that stuff you were talking, you're gonna have to be able to prove it, or we're gonna clap back. And that ain't nothing about being sensitive. That's about calling you on your shit. Because if you lie, I'm gonna call you a lie. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what she said. Oh, you know what? You gotta emphasize on it. Yeah, bitch. Oh, let me stop. I'm sorry.
Period. And what the record girl say? Period.
Yeah. Oh man, y'all are true.
That's that. It ain't sensitive.
So
Oscar says that they should come in and they should play and compete well. You never know what's gonna happen for real, but I promise Carver Columbus is gonna play Lee hard. I believe you. And honestly, Carver has a lot of talent. I hope that and really your Achilles heel last year was just those penalties. I mean, y'all get that. If y'all, and I'm sure if y'all get that squared away, y'all will be just fine. Oh, you met Jeremy tonight?
I did not. That turtle head. You say he was there, but I walked around. He could even seeing me and not coming up saying anything. That's garbage to me.
Oh, okay. So, where was I? I came back. I've been in Colorado all week on a work trip. So I just got back into town. So I did not have time to get to Moultrie. That's the only reason why.
I'm sorry.
What are you
I'm
laughing?
sorry.
He was
I'm
there.
laughing. No. I'm laughing at Obadiah comment.
He said, I know
Obadiah, we did not call you out last year. That was one guy that had to get everything straight with you. But we glad that you are a fan of the show, Obadiah. We couldn't do this without you, man. So you well liked, deserved, and loved by the podcast crew. Know that.
You really are. You're a great sport, and you ask very thought-provoking questions, and you give great insight. And we appreciate you, Obadiah. We really, really, really appreciate you. And Jeremy was there. He went live, but why did you go to Alma?
Hey, why you ain't go to Alpha County game?
Because he wanted to see his fans up close. I understand.
Oh, he wanted to see his favorite team. That's what it was.
That's what it was. He wanted to see his favorite team real close.
Hey, what y'all do to y'all field?
What are you looking at?
What y'all do to y'all field?
What do you mean, what do we do to our field?
Did somebody get out there with some bleach and spill it on the field?
On what field, Thirst? What are you talking about?
On Peach County field.
No, ain't nobody field. What are you looking at? You looking on the network or something?
Yeah, y'all field one like this.
Well, the network, that might be the network cameras.
That's a mixture of the network camera and that brown.
Man.
That brown ain't never been on y'all field.
Nah, that field, I don't know what's going on. Our field is not that color. May not be that color. Yeah, it is.
Man, that field brown and green. Y'all got some dead turf.
Good Lord. Boy.
That's a network. Because our field does not look like that.
It don't look like that.
And what game is this? What are you looking at?
This got to be last year. Got to be last year. I said, see, that's why I don't drink.
I'm like, hold on, let me check. Hold on. Yeah, that brown. Y'all feel ain't brown. Where did that come from?
I don't know. What are you doing? Are you okay?
Nope. I'm just flipping through the network right now.
I don't drink either, Oscar. I'll be asleep. Give me one and I'm going to bed.
I'm just flipping through the network. Don't mind me. Way
So,
past my bedtime anyway.
so are we gonna talk about how Warner Robins
Lost the veterans.
and Jess Word wet the bed tonight?
It's practice, man. It's a new coach.
Talk about practice.
And not to mention, you build housing for 1,200 folks. Somebody got to move in there. All I'm saying.
What it say up under my name? We talking about practice.
We talking about practice. I wonder how Doherty did. That's a good question. Who do you know who they played, J-Bo?
I thought they play tomorrow.
I don't know.
I thought Doherty played tomorrow for some reason.
Yeah, Doherty might play tomorrow. I don't know. I'll go back and.
I'm very, very, very interested in seeing how that game go, considering Cam Davis will be accepting handoffs instead of giving them.
So I thought that's right. Walter did say that, didn't he?
Yes, Wody did let us know that Cam Davis will be moving to running back and somebody will be handing him the ball. So I'm very, very eager to see what goes on with Doherty. And they're playing Dooley County.
Yeah.
That might be a scrimmage game I want to see.
Daryl, yes, veterans. Well, last time I checked, veterans was up on Warner Robins 21-7.
21-14 was the varsity score. I don't know if that was the final, but after the third quarter, I think kind of like what everyone else did, they probably reset the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm. So that's that on that. It'll be interesting, but like you said, we're talking about practice.
We talking about practice.
Now, one thing I did see on the network, what you was just sharing your screen, Mike, some games was allowing kick returns.
Yeah, some wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we did.
Yeah, our game tonight didn't allow kick returns also.
So how do you determine, like, who determines that?
Coaches.
Okay.
Set the ground rules before
coach.
Okay. Well, good, because if they had that same little boy in the backfield that they did last year running stuff.
Yeah, he in Tennessee now, I hope. He was a Tennessee commit.
Good. When I saw that boy catch the ball, I said, yeah, he gone.
It didn't get touched
at all. He just it was like Moses parted the Red Sea. He just hopped and skipped on down the thing. So yeah, I'm very glad. We were very fortunate in that regard.
So let's talk about something for next week.
Yes.
The Perry Panthers have to travel up to McConnell Talbot to play Northside. Anybody care to weigh in on that?
No, they don't move my needle. Look,
Nope, not at all. Next, what you got next? I'm ready. Look, dog. I'm ready for the 18 to get here, man.
Really, but I think Perry will do well against Northside. I just do.
So you think Perry would do well against Northside, babe?
I'm just talking. Hell, I don't know, and I don't really care that much. But I just thought I'd try to be neutral and shit. They'll do. Perry will do well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
All right, you know what? We're just gonna. I'm gonna stop you right there. Bottom line is, Perry front seven gonna get tested. Plain and simple. That front seven gonna get tested. How hard are you willing to come up and hit a brick wall every play? Because that's basically what they're gonna have to do. Come up and hit a brick wall every play.
Okay. Obadiah.
What kind of toughness?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we still talking about Perry. Okay. Hey, Marika. Obadiah says, one thing I can say about my team, Thomas County Central, they've got to finish the game and don't lose the momentum. Once we get that together, I think Thomas County Central should be good. Our number one player on defense didn't even play.
I mean, a lot of kids didn't play today, so it is what it is.
Hey, Marika.
My thing is, like I said before, my thing is for everybody to be honest about your team. What does your team need to work on for the next 2 weeks? Be honest.
Well, my offensive line looked real good tonight. My quarterback looked good. My defense looked good. I got to see some better receiver play, and I got to get more out of my running back.
You made it in, Marika. You made it in from Moultrie, Georgia. You made it home, I'm assuming. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Man, I'm surprised. School resource officers ain't got her apprehended.
Why you say that?
Hold on. When y'all go back to school? Monday? Kids went back to school down there on Monday, right?
They went back Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday she was running down, trying to run up in the school to get her son a good a hug and a kiss. He wasn't here.
That boy, her baby been here before. He's a grown man. I don't even know why she tried to kiss that grown man. That boy been here before.
Marika,
she said secondary, the running back, and the wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree with the running back, wide receivers. Not so much on the secondary because, I mean, you were going against a 5-star wide receiver, 5-star tight end, as well as a 3-star receiver. And they only put up 21 points on you. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that with some young wide receivers, young DBs that you're never going to face that kind of talent on the same team for the remainder of the season. What you saw tonight, you'll never see that again this year.
Lies and garbage. All right, so here's my question. How y'all depth look? I got concerned. I know for me, I'm concerned once I get past the second level of depth. What about y'all?
I don't know because our I can kind of agree with that assessment of ours also.
Okay. Once you get past that second man in depth wise, we got I'm scratching my head. I'm worried now. I'm pulling. I ain't pulling out no cigar. I'm pulling out a Newport.
Well, like I said, it's just the beginning of the season. They can get better. Obadiah said Perry might take a loss. I was there when they took on TCC a few weeks ago. But hey, things might have changed from now to then. They hadn't.
Okay. You talking about OTAs or 7-on-7, Obadiah?
It was actually a spring game. And Thomas County Central jumped out on them like 21-0 at the snap of a finger.
Danny says he asked the question, what would the score have been if Peach and Colquitt had played in the actual game? We probably still would have lost. I don't know.
Definitely would have lost the game. I think it would have been. Well, it all depends. If this game was a regular season game, beginning of the season, I think it would have kind of got out of hand. I will be honest, the starting quarterback for Colquitt only played like a quarter and maybe a half. But again, you're going up against a pretty good quarterback and 2 wide receivers and a tight end. That's just ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest. Number 4 ranked team in 7A. First offense probably didn't have 50-yard rushing on our defense. Like the defense was stupid. Defensive front 7 was stupid. Went up against a pretty good offensive line, big offensive line, and they was able to shut them down and get a lot of tackles for loss and things like that. Again, they made some great plays in the passing game with those studs that they have. And because we didn't at the time have someone that can punt the ball for us, they got a lot of short fields that was able to give them opportunities that we didn't have. But again,
Oh, that's some BS right there.
26-3 at the end of varsity play is not bad to me against a fourth-ranked 7A school.
That's some BS right there, man.
What you looking at, Thirst?
They made us, man, every time we had to change possession, they made us start from the 35.
Boy.
From your own 35.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
we got the interception, take it down to the 2-yard line. What they do? Backed it up to the 35, to our 35, because it was a change of possession.
Yeah. A couple of things I didn't like. One of the touchdowns that Colquitt scored was by a quarterback, and quarterbacks was not able to be touched. He ran a read option and ran in. Anytime our quarterback broke out, they would blow the whistle. I don't think it was cheating. He was on the running off tackle, and our quarterbacks would break out at the middle of the field, but they would blow it dead. I didn't like that. I mean, I didn't like that. I didn't like that part of the game because I still feel that a touch should be warranted. Just touch them down. You know what I mean? Because one thing about it is that's part of a lot of teams' offense to have that quarterback that can take a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and scramble for that first down that you don't get to show or put into scrimmage games. Now, I want my quarterback live. I don't want you hitting on him and stuff, but I figure if he scrambled, you should be able to at least touch him down instead of blowing it dead.
Okay. It can go both ways. But I feel you on that one, though, because they were doing the same thing to us.
Yeah, Obadiah said that happened with theirs also. You got to understand, and again, like I said, their quarterback scrambled and scored a touchdown.
I don't like that. I'm with you on that one. That one I don't like. I put the ball at the one.
Cedar Grove played Stevenson, right? And they won, what was it, 17-7?
Yeah, 17-7.
17-7.
Man, we actually got a kicker, dog. We got a kicker.
Yeah, we got one too, man. We just got to work on our punting game. And I don't know.
A field goal kicker. Boy, we got a field goal kicker.
Man,
we ain't had one last year.
Man, y'all ain't had none in 3 years that I know.
No, the one we had the year before was straight. That was with us for like 2. His first year was a little shaky, but he improved his second and his senior year. He was on point. His senior year, then he graduated, was gone. We didn't have no kicker last year. So, but he's the kicker we got now. He's straight though. He just got to work. We just got to get him in the weight room, get that leg a little stronger because he only a freshman or a sophomore. I think he's a freshman.
Well, Danny, if everything shape up the way it should, the top left bracket will consist of Peach County, Cedar Grove, and the left bracket will also have the number 1 team in Region 5, which will be the Savannah School. I think that's going to be the toughest way to the state championship. Everything in the left should be easy because you also get the number 2 team in Region 1, which could easily be Thomasville or Carver Columbus. So, yeah, if you're coming out that left side of the bracket, especially left top, you're going to be the most battle-tested team going into the state championship, i.e. Cedar Grove, Peach, Carver, or Thomasville, one of those. If you win that coming out that top left, it's nobody that should beat you in the state championship game.
Unless you just wet the bed.
Unless you just wet the bed.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So let me see. We got a game or two Saturday.
Yeah, what's on tap?
Got some coming up on Thursday of next week. No, Wednesday. Starting Wednesday of next week. We got a game or two. Thursday next week we got a game or two, and Friday is the last day we wrap it up for scrimmage games.
And on to the next.
And after that is when it counts.
Yes, sir. Shout out, man. Shout out my homeboy Rick Nottingham, man, who listened to us on his wife's Facebook page.
Welcome, Mr. Nottingham. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
So with that being said, hope everybody enjoyed Say It With Your Chest tonight. Appreciate you, Mr. Valdosta, Mr. Brick, coming on, talking to us, giving us the inside scoop on Valdosta.
Thank you for everybody that commented and participated. And make sure you come back here Monday. We'll be back to talk to you guys.
Real quick before we go, Obadiah had a question that I would like to chime in on.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Obadiah.
How many points on varsity do you think Thomasville High will score on Valdosta? I haven't seen Valdosta much this year. We did go down in the OTA, but I didn't make the drive down. If Valdosta have Coach Felton and he's rallying that team around him and getting them back to their old ways, I think it'll be a very competitive game, but I think Valdosta pull it out. Thomasville offense with that quarterback they have and Rara, I can see them putting up, easily 21 to 24 points on Valdosta's first string defense.
Okay. Good question. Good stuff, people.
Now, with that being said,
thank y'all.
Yo is out.
Thank y'all so much, and we will see you guys on Monday. Y'all take care, okay?
Take care. See you Monday.
Peace up, A-Town down.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi.
I had to go see a man about a meeting.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose. Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.